do an HTC Desire review today. First, we're going to unbox it just to see what's inside the box. If you watched my last video, the HTC Legend, it was a little bit shaky, but I've got a tripod now, so it should be much less shaky. Here's the Desire. We'll get to this in a second. Here's the battery. Just pop this out. Put that over there. Let's see what's inside. This is the Telus model with the Super LCD, not the AMOLED screen. We've just got the Telus SIM start. Don't need that. We've also got the legal stuff, safety guide, your HTC Desire quick start guide, and we also have some more legal stuff. In the box, we have the USB to micro USB connector, which is the same because you have the power brick, which has the USB in it. So you just plug this into here. There's no separate charger cable. You also have the headphones, which say HTC Innovation on them. Nice metal, but you can also apply these foamies. And they do have a, let's just see here, an inline clicker, as you can see there, with the such and microphone on the other side. Let's move on to the device. Here's the device. Here's the device. We'll just put the battery in. The back you do have to pry off, so it's not the nicest experience, but it's okay. Okay, so we'll see in the next part of the review the hardware portion of the review of the HTC Desire. So we're just going to do a little bit of an overview of the device. We're going to start turning it on, and I'll go over some of the specs and go around the device as we turn it on. There we go, starting to turn on. So we're just going to go around the device. At the bottom we have the, just let me focus, home button, menu button, trackball, back button, search button. As you can see, it's saying quietly brilliant now. And not track button, the trackpad here. On the side we have the volume up and down rocker. On the top we have a sleep wake button and a 3.5mm headphone jack. On the other side we have nothing. On the bottom, just the microphone and the micro USB adapter. There's not dual microphones on this device, unlike the Nexus One. On the back, we just have the 5-megapixel camera, the flash, the speaker, HTC branding, and we also have with Google with HTC Sense. So that's the hardware, and then the earpiece is at the top of the device. The specs for this device are an 800 by 480 Super LCD screen made by Sony, which looks good, almost as good as the AMOLED screens, and looks a tad better in sunlight. Getting a lot of reflection in this room. It also has 512 megabytes of RAM, 576 megabytes of ROM, and those are the main specs of the device. It has Android 2.1 with Sense UI, as we can see here. Well, it's just loading up because it's the first boot. I have taken this device and tried it, taken it out of the box and tried it before. It weighs 135 grams, quite light, solid build quality, very just solid in the hand. So it's not like it doesn't feel cheap at all. Glass screen on the front, which is 3.7 inches. So this is the hardware portion of the review. Really nice hardware on this device. Awesome screen, really fast processor, even more ROM than most devices with 576 megabytes of RAM, which helps with SenseUI and all of the things on SenseUI. That helps with SenseUI a lot, with running all the extra widgets and such. So that is the hardware portion of the review. Yet again, very solid, nice hardware build quality, and supports up to 32 gigabytes for the micro SD expansion. Hi, this is the software part of the review now. We should be focused now. We're just going to do the software part of the review for the HTC Desire. So this HTC Desire runs Android 2.1, should be updated to 2.2 soon. It has HTC Sense, which is the very thick Android overlay, but it is very well done, even though it is very extensive. It's just a really great, very well done interface. Android 2.1 is obviously a great place to start with live wallpapers and all the widgets you may need and everything like that. And some people like HTC Sense, some people don't like Sense at all. In my opinion, Sense is a little bit too much, like it becomes excessive, you don't need that much. But some people do enjoy Sense. It does make Android a little bit easier to use, it adds some nice functionality, and adds some consistency to the UI. When it comes to the speed of the HTC Desire, it flies. It's just super fast. The processor helps. Obviously, lots of ROM and RAM. Nothing ever judders on this phone. It just play music. There we go. First judder ever. So if we got music app here, everything, you can fly through it. Go home. If you open up, let's say the camera here, which we'll do a camera in-depth in a second, but opens up quickly. The weather app, quickly. We have weather for Toronto there. If we pull down the task manager, it's running all these things in the background. It's running fine. We'll just kill those apps to make it even faster. We'll show you the web browser. This is on the 3G network, so it's not. We'll just load up Engadget. The virtual keyboard, which HTC Sense includes, is great. It's a really nice virtual keyboard. Very well done, very well executed. It's obviously much quicker with the faster processor. Web page renderings on Android 2.1 are great, but 2.2 brings a lot to the table. But HTC Sense is just very well executed. They've added this. It's unlike the normal Android 2.1 where you have the bookmarks here. It's just the bar at the top. Try to focus in here. So you can fly through the page. Very quick scrolling. Quick multi-touch. Now, what I don't like about the web browser is that when you zoom in, it automatically wraps the text. You can't just have the text normally. When you zoom in, it just wraps it for you. And I know why this happens. This happens because AMOLED screens typically have, not AMOLED screens, sorry. AMOLED screens typically have pixel density issues, and the software on this device was designed for an AMOLED screen. And even though it has the SLCD, the AMOLED screens have pixel density issues when you get too far away, so they auto-wrap the text so you have the best experience, which makes sense. But I have a problem with that because I don't like it automatically wrapping the text like that. But if you like that, that's okay. The web browser is otherwise great. It does have some elements of Flash UI. You can't really play videos, though. You can do some Flash, but it's not really worth using. It's nothing like the Flash that's included in the Android 2.2 landscape. You can go into bookmarks, scroll through them. Web browser's great. SenseUI is very well done, very well executed. The software on the HTC Desire is great software. It flies through with, if we just add like a widget here, let's get rid of this. As you know, HTC has tons of widgets. If you just look at the clocks, they have over like 10 clocks, I think. Just so many different widgets here. Just tons of widgets to choose from. Live wallpapers are very cool. I really like live wallpapers. We've got Nexus here. So that's the HTC the software portion of the review. The software on this device is great. Hi, this is me for Titania, and we're going to do the camera part of the review now. So here we have the camera UI opened up, and here we can see that we have the thumbnail button here, the zoom button here for zooming in, the button for turning flash to auto, on or off, the settings drawer, which includes photo, video modes, brightness, contrast, saturation, and sharpness, some fun effects like negative and aqua, and then also white balance settings, ISO settings, resolution settings, which can set to be 3 megapixel, 1 megapixel small, 5 megapixel, widescreen viewing, storage, where you want it to be stored to, the quality, the self-timer, geotagging or not, metering mode, review duration, flicker adjustments, autofocus, face detection, many other things in the settings. So it does take very nice pictures. We'll just show you some of those pictures right now. We've just taken a few pictures to show it off here. Very nice quality of the pictures. It does a very good job with pictures. However, video is not 720p. It is only... Video resolution is only 640 by 480. 800 by 480 WVGA video. There is no video for 720p video, which is kind of annoying. But this device was released before the 720p video rush. So, it also has tap to focus in both video and photos. The photos quality is not quite to the iPhone 4 level, but it's pretty close, and obviously video is not even anywhere close. The camera on this device is very good, and it also includes a LED flash if you're into that sort of thing. This is the conclusion of our HTC Desire review. It is obviously a very solid device. Hardware is solid, software is solid, internals solid, camera is very good, video quality, it's okay. Obviously you don't have 720p, but that's okay, not a deal breaker. This is basically a Nexus 1 with Sense UI, more ROM, and physical buttons. That's basically what it is. And as we all know, the Nexus 1 and this device are starting to feel a little bit stale when you have devices like the Galaxy S coming out, when you have devices like the iPhone 4, the Evo, the Droid X, the Droid 2 now, the Epic 4G. These devices just don't quite compare with the new 4-inch and larger devices and the devices that have HD video recording. This is obviously a very solid device. 2 months ago, even 1 month ago, this would be a device I would highly recommend. But now, with all these new devices coming out for the same money or cheaper, you can really get all these features and a lot more in some of these newer devices. The only real reason to really like this device would be it's a lot more compact than a lot of these new devices. It's very small, has HTC build quality, and if you really like the Sense UI, then this is a great device as well. And you don't want an Evo or a Droid Incredible, because those devices are both CDMA devices. This device is available for TELUS, which means it will work on AT&T if you unlock it. So this device, very well done device. All in all, it was released in February. It's starting to feel a bit stale. It's a very, very nice device, but it just doesn't quite compete. So this concludes my review of the HTC Desire. And so yeah, also you should know that Titania is now partnering up with Flizzles to do videos together, so you can check out their channel in a second. So that's the HTC Desire review. I hope you liked it. Please rate, subscribe, thumbs up. Thanks. See you in the next video.